Dogs sometimes develop a powerful bond with one specific person. Owners often notice their dog watching, following, or positioning itself near that person more than anyone else. Over time, this attention can evolve into protective behavior. Many people assume this happens randomly. In reality, dogs are constantly evaluating relationships within their environment. Their behavior reflects what they observe over time. Dogs rely heavily on emotional signals when forming bonds. They notice tone of voice, posture, and consistency. These signals help them decide who feels most predictable. Predictability matters greatly in canine psychology. Dogs feel more secure around people whose behavior remains steady. Stability creates trust. When a dog begins trusting someone deeply, attachment strengthens. Attachment often leads to increased attention. Increased attention sometimes becomes protective behavior. Protection in dogs usually grows gradually rather than appearing suddenly. At first, the dog simply prefers to stay close. Over time, that closeness becomes intentional. Dogs evolved as cooperative social animals. Within groups, they naturally recognize individuals who play important roles. These individuals often become focal points of loyalty. When a dog identifies someone as central to its social environment, it begins monitoring that person more closely. Monitoring allows the dog to detect changes around them. This behavior can appear protective. Many dogs choose the person who communicates with them most clearly. Clear communication reduces uncertainty. Reduced uncertainty strengthens emotional bonds. Dogs also prefer people who remain calm in stressful moments. Calm behavior signals stability. Stability encourages trust. Trust is the foundation of canine loyalty. Without trust, protective behavior rarely develops. With trust, the bond becomes very strong. Over time, the dog begins associating that person with safety. Safety becomes part of the relationship. The dog wants to maintain that sense of security. When dogs feel responsible for protecting something valuable, their awareness increases. Awareness leads to vigilance. Vigilance can appear as protectiveness. Dogs often position themselves near the person they trust most. This positioning allows them to observe the environment easily. Observation helps them respond quickly. Protective dogs frequently watch the reactions of their chosen person. If the person appears calm, the dog relaxes. If tension appears, the dog becomes more alert. This sensitivity explains why dogs sometimes react to subtle emotional shifts. They detect signals humans barely notice. Their instincts guide them. Dogs are especially attentive to body language directed toward their chosen person. If an unfamiliar individual approaches quickly, the dog may step closer. This behavior reflects protective instinct. The dog is not necessarily expecting danger. Instead, it is responding to its responsibility within the relationship. The dog simply wants to maintain stability. Many owners notice their dog placing itself between them and strangers. This behavior is a common protective signal. The dog is monitoring both sides of the interaction. Dogs that feel strongly bonded often stay physically close to their chosen person. Physical proximity helps them observe changes quickly. Quick observation increases security. This behavior becomes even more noticeable in unfamiliar environments. New environments heighten awareness. Heightened awareness increases protective instincts. Dogs often feel more confident when their trusted person is nearby. Confidence influences behavior. Confident dogs remain attentive but calm. When the trusted person leaves the environment, the dog may appear less confident. Confidence returns when the person returns. This pattern reinforces the bond. Over time, the relationship becomes central to the dog's social world. Social importance strengthens loyalty. Loyalty encourages protection. Dogs also observe how others interact with their chosen person. Friendly interactions signal safety. Tense interactions increase vigilance. Dogs are highly sensitive to emotional tone. Raised voices or abrupt movement can trigger alert behavior. Their instincts respond quickly. Because of this sensitivity, dogs sometimes react before humans perceive tension. Their awareness allows early response. Early response helps maintain safety. Protective behavior often increases with repeated experience. Each positive interaction reinforces trust. Trust deepens attachment. Dogs remember emotional experiences strongly. Positive experiences strengthen bonds. Strong bonds encourage loyalty. Loyal dogs naturally pay close attention to the people they value most. Attention helps them monitor situations. Monitoring supports protection. This loyalty is one reason dogs are such devoted companions. Their instincts align with social connection. Social connection strengthens relationships. Some dogs develop extremely strong bonds with a single person. This does not mean they dislike others. It simply reflects where their trust feels strongest. Dogs may also choose the person who spends the most time interacting with them. Frequent interaction builds familiarity. Familiarity encourages trust. Trust encourages the dog to remain attentive. Attentive dogs notice subtle environmental changes. These observations guide behavior. Dogs that feel emotionally connected often follow their chosen person around the home. Following helps maintain awareness. Awareness strengthens security. Many owners interpret this as affection, which is often true. However, it also reflects the dog's instinct to monitor important individuals. Monitoring is part of protective behavior. Dogs that feel responsible for someone may remain nearby during stressful situations. Their presence provides comfort. Comfort strengthens the relationship. Over time, protective behavior becomes part of the dog's identity. The dog sees itself as guardian and companion. Both roles support the bond. Protective instincts do not necessarily mean aggression. Most protective dogs remain calm and observant. Observation is their primary response. Dogs prefer to watch first before reacting. Watching helps them interpret the situation. Interpretation guides their decisions. Because of this tendency, many protective dogs appear quiet but attentive. Their calm demeanor hides constant evaluation. Evaluation keeps them prepared. Protective dogs often remain positioned where they can observe both the person and the environment. This strategic positioning helps them react quickly. Their instincts guide placement. Owners sometimes notice their dog scanning the surroundings when sitting nearby. This scanning behavior reflects vigilance. Vigilance supports protection. Dogs that trust their chosen person deeply often relax more when that person is present. Relaxation indicates emotional security. Security reinforces loyalty. Over time, this loyalty becomes extremely consistent. The dog instinctively prioritizes the relationship. Relationships shape canine behavior. Understanding this perspective helps owners interpret their dog's behavior correctly. Protection usually reflects deep trust. Trust is the strongest bond between dogs and humans. Dogs choose their favorite person based on experience rather than randomness. Stability, trust, and communication shape the decision. These elements guide loyalty. When a dog chooses someone to protect, it is expressing commitment to that relationship. Commitment strengthens the bond. Strong bonds create lifelong loyalty. Ultimately, protective behavior is not about dominance or control. It is about connection. Dogs protect the people who make them feel secure.